So we have this map, aeroplane PNG and map P, and we can animate it like this. Or like this, whichever pleases to you, and you can add sound effects and all that extra stuff. Who needs those paid plugins? Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Naresh, and in today's video we will see how to create an awesome map animation. If you are a video editor, then map animation is a skill that you must know. And what is troubling is that you must purchase some plugins in order to achieve this. But worry not, my friends. In today's video, we are going to create this map animation from scratch and without using any third-party plugin. So I'm going to demonstrate how to create this map animation using various techniques that you are going to use in many other videos also. So without wasting time, let's get started. So these assets you can download along with the project file from the link in the description. I'm going to show you this air route animation on this map. So this is the map that I have downloaded from Google Earth Pro, and you will need a clear map image. You can download your map file as an image file or PNG file, whichever source you feel is good. Let me quickly demonstrate how you can download high resolution map images from Google Earth Pro. So select the area which you want to download like this. Then click on this icon. It will ask you to set the image theme right. Then you can select the resolution from here. I have selected the maximum. You can also change the theme from here if you want. This was the original and these are some darker themes. Then you can click on save image and it will ask you to place where you want to save it and click OK. So it will give you one high resolution image which you will able to animate beautifully. Alright, so this is the map image. Okay, so now I will create a new composition HD. You can rename it if you wish. You keep the duration 10 seconds. Click OK. Alright, then I will bring this image to this composition and rescale it. Alright, so we have this image showing New Delhi and Dubai. So we are going to animate our air route from New Delhi to Dubai. So let us do that. There are different ways in which we can accomplish this. I am going to use this method for today's demonstration. And in the coming video, I am planning to show various other methods as well. Even I am going to demonstrate how to use a popular plugin for animating map. You can use whichever method that solves your purpose. Alright, so select this pen tool and select New Delhi. Select Dubai and then just pull this handle and drag it down to create this curve path. Like this. Alright, so this is the line we have created. Now same way create another line using pen tool, this time a straight line. Alright, so now we have two shape layers. Now select both layers, open it and select add to trim path from the available options. Go to trim path and move your playhead to 12 frames or so and add keyframe to end and change value to 0. And then come somewhere here 8 seconds and change it back to 100. Alright, also go to shape, to stroke and a dash and change the cap to a round cap. Change the value of dash however you like. Do the same for the first shape layer also. Go to effects and presets, add a drop shadow to this second shape layer. Select the shadow only feature, then change its blur value. Let us add this image here. Scale it down. Change its anchor point by pressing Y on the keyboard and change it to the bottom, here. Scale it down a little more. Duplicate it and move it here. Alright, select both the images, press S to select the scale and add a keyframe to scale. Move a few frames forward and add another keyframe and then change the previous to 0. Select both the keyframes and right click and go to keyframe assistant and easy ease in. Select speed graph and do this. Alright, this is it. We will move the keyframes for this image to the end later. Okay, so select these two layers, press U on the keyboard to see the keyframes. Select all and press F9 for easy ease. Go to the speed graph and give it a nice mountain-like curve. Just like this. So we have this kind of animation to begin with, slow, then fast, and then again this ending slow. Okay, cool. So we have this animation ready. Alright, now we will add another PNG file, that is our plane. Alright, so select this layer, right click, go to transform and flip horizontally. Okay, scale it down little bit more, like this. Good. Change it to -30 or so. Alright, so this is here at this point. Okay. So let's select this first layer, go to the path, and by selecting this path, copy it by Ctrl or Command C. Now select the plane layer, press P for position, and by selecting position, paste the path we have copied from the first layer. Alternatively, you can same way copy the path of the second layer and paste it to the plane by selecting its position, whichever way you like most. Alright, we will stick to the first one. Let us move this keyframe to the other end, matching the path animation. Alright, so select the keyframes, press F9 and change the speed graph just like we did to the path animation, so that it also follows this shape layer trim path. Alright, now it should follow. Okay, so at this point you can render and use it. We can move to the starting frame and change the scale to 0, and then at this frame we can change it to -15. Then at this point we can again make it -15 and then again 0 at this point. Select and press F9. Select plane image, right click, transform and select auto orient. Select orient along the path. So we have this kind of movement following path, but we have to rotate the plane by pressing R on the keyboard and correct its position. We can also add drop shadows on this plane. We can increase the distance and blur to make it more realistic. Now select this image, press U and move these keyframes to the end here. We can also add a drop shadow to the image, adjust the settings and copy and paste it to other images as well. So now we have this animation ready. Now we can pre-compose it and make it 3D. So select this layer and pre-compose it, click OK. Now let's add a new camera. Adds a new null object, pair this camera with the null object. Let us change to 2 views, convert all the layers to 3D. This is our composition. Move it holding the Z axis to somewhere around here. Okay, let's scale it. Select null, press R, keep holding shift and also press P for the position. Add keyframes to all of this. You can zoom it by moving this Z axis. Now to set layers in this dimension and to animate them is a little bit messy. The more you practice, more you will learn. You can orient it along the screen using this value. So play with it and observe their movement. Alright, so I have set this first starting point, New Delhi, here. Now move playhead to the 8 seconds and we will set the Dubai end the same way we set Delhi. First change the orientation, then change the position and adjust the Z axis to get this. Adjust the orientation so that it fits the screen. Let us change some Z position also. Alright, we can now play with the depth using the camera option. Go to the camera and turn on the depth. Add keyframes to focus distance and aperture. Okay, increase the aperture at this point so it will create some blur effect and adjust the focus distance to make the focus clear. Again, at this point we can adjust the focus distance and aperture to make the plane clean. And at the end, make it blurry by increasing the aperture and adjusting the focus distance. If you don't like this plane movement, you can switch off the auto orient and have a simple look. At this point here in the middle, we can zoom out by moving the Z axis by pressing P for position. But we have this edges visible here at the corner. For that, I am going to use motion tile from effects and preset. Drag and drop it over this pre-comp, click on the mirror edges and make the output width and height 200. Select all the keyframes and press F9 and you can change the speed graph like this. So there is a problem with the rotation, but I have fixed it by changing the rotation value to -15. Another thing we can do here is to add this new solid of this color. Then select this ellipse tool, keep pressing Shift and draw this circle. Shift its anchor point to the center by double clicking it by holding the command key. Now go to solid, select mask and duplicate it. Change it to subtract and change the mask expansion to -15 or so. Move your playhead here and add keyframe to mask expansion. Move your playhead to 6 frames or so and change this value to -50. Add keyframe to opacity by pressing T on the keyboard. Set it to 0, move backward and set it to 100, matching the mask expansion frames. You can easy ease in the last frame. Now convert it to 3D and reposition it at the beginning of the path animation. Use the X-axis to position it. Scale it down little bit. Now duplicate it and place it on the other end here. Alright, so our animation is ready. Now if you want, you can also add some overlay, posterize time effect, you can play with the map texture, etc. It's all up to you.